Okay, so for this portion of the Jira Service Management features demo, we're going to be talking about different approvals that you can get configured in your workflows for Jira Service Management. There's a number of different ways that you could configure approvals. Today, we're just going to be talking about getting a singular approver to approve a certain issue and having the user, when they're opening up the request in the portal, set that user within a field that we have. But you can even, if you'd like, get that process automated using assets or using a number of different things to have that approval more automated. So if you'd like to see different types of approvals and ways to structure your approvals, let me know and we can set up further demos on explaining those concepts. But for this one, we'll keep it fairly basic. So we have just one of our standard approval workflows here for one of our projects. We're going to click on the waiting for approval step, and we're going to see a prompt here that says include approval step. We'll make sure that that is checked, and we'll click edit. And this is where we're going to actually configure our approval. And so we can select the number of approvers that we want. We're going to keep it to a specific number of people, but let's say if you had certain groups set up within user management and you wanted a certain number of people from each of those groups to approve, you could get that set up as well as having everyone approve. You could change that as well, but we'll keep it to a specific number of people and keep that number at 1. And we'll essentially select how we want those approvers to be populated. So we'll keep it as Jira field. If you have your affected services set up, you could get that configured as well and use that as your approval configuration. We'll keep it as Jira field, and then we'll use the approvers field that we have set up within our issue type. And we'll click next. And then we can select the different transitions if the issue is approved. Essentially, these are transitions configured in your workflow already. So we'll keep it as approved and declined. And then if needed, we can also exclude approvers from being the assignee of the issue or the reporter of the issue. We'll keep that blank for now. And we'll click add. And then we should be able to publish this workflow. And we'll take a look. No need to save a backup copy. We'll take a look at what that looks like from the customer perspective when they raise a ticket. So over at the customer perspective, we're going to open up a request from that issue type that we just adjusted within the workflow. So we'll be requesting a new notebook. We'll click in here and say something like new notebook request. We'll select all of those required fields. And we'll select our approver. I'll just make it myself, just so we can take a look at what the approval schema looks like. And we'll click send. And then from here, this is what it would look like. Now, this is going to be different from what the user would see. They wouldn't see this request requires your approval box here as I assigned it to myself. They would see something, they would see a lot of the same information, but they wouldn't get this box. As I am the approver in this one, I'll see this box. And essentially what this shows is you don't necessarily have to be an agent to approve or deny requests within Jira Service Management. You can do it from directly within the portal. So that's a useful feature, helps you save some money on licensing, but it also shows that you can approve this request from directly within the portal. If we go back over to our project and we look at it from the agent perspective, we can click into this ticket and we see that exact same thing. Another useful portion of the agent view is if we click into the waiting for approval section here, we can see who those approvers are. So obviously in this case, I am the approver, but if I wasn't the approver, I'd be able to quickly check who might the approver be and track that person down if we're meeting or getting close to meeting one of our SLAs or something like that. And so once we click approve, we see that it then moves into the waiting for support, which is that transition that we selected from our workflow. And this issue can continue to move through its individual path. So I hope that was helpful. And let me know if it was or wasn't. Thanks.